Our next inductee into the Broadcast Pioneers of Philadelphia Hall of Fame is CecilyTynan, a meteorologist who brings sunshine to every newscast.
Temperatures are definitely warming up.
Cecily's career in broadcasting began at WDBJ in Roanoke, Virginia, where she was a weekend weather anchor and general assignment reporter.
Well, Kim, we certainly avoided the rain this weekend. Abundant sunshine and dry.
The forecast looked promising for Cecily as she took her talents west, landing a spot as weather and news anchor on KNTV's Good Morning Las Vegas.
And CecilyTynan.
President Clinton will host an international job summit in Detroit next month.
In 1995, Cecily got her big break here in Philadelphia as a weather anchor and general assignment reporter at WPVI.
Still flying in Plymouth.
Here, she's done it all, from sky-high traffic reports
I'm CecilyTynan, live, Cover 6.
to White House politics. Cecily never met a story or event that she couldn't cover.
I'm CecilyTynan reporting live from JFK Airport.
Not to mention some wild weather forecasts.
Snow should begin to let up a little bit, become less steady. It's 5 inches of snow here on City Avenue. A 7-inch snow drift right here on City Line.
And we mean wild.
Hungry hippos here at the Philadelphia Zoo.
Her passion for weather and her prowess as a meteorologist solidified her place as a trusted expert in the weather community and an invaluable member of the Action News team. It gives us great pleasure to salute CecilyTynan as we welcome her to our Broadcast Pioneers Hall of Fame.
Thank you so much. Thanks for everyone to be here, my colleagues. My 80-year-old mom who exercises every single day, so that's how I got it. I have to admit, when I found out I was being inducted, my first thought was, I'm too young, aren't I? I feel young. And then I thought that I've been here for 17 years, and so much has changed. When I got here, I was the only woman doing the weather in the market. And today I counted 10 women and 8 men. So women are taking over. When I came here, we had the smiley face magnets, and I was told to not talk too much science, to kind of tone it down so the viewers can understand. And now we have the big board. Now we have our 1,000,000 watts of power, and now I am encouraged to not just talk about what's happening, but why it's happening, and I love that. And Adam and I, during our hurricane coverage of Sandy, you know, we got to get into the science of it. And I got a lot of feedback with Facebook and Twitter from our viewers that they really enjoyed that. When I found out about Philadelphia, I was working in Las Vegas. And I have to admit, I'm an East Coast girl. I'm from Connecticut. I wanted to get to the East Coast. I wanted to go someplace where they had more than just warm sunshine 9 months out of the year. And so Dave Davis, who was our news director, called me one morning. I was in the morning. And I wouldn't take his phone call because I also had a stalker who used to call me around the same time. And he kept calling and calling. And finally, the first thing I say to him, I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry I wouldn't take your phone call. I thought you were a pervert." And Dave Davis said, I'll do my Dave Davis impersonation. "Well, I may be, but that's not why I'm calling." And so immediately I thought, oh, there's no way this guy's ever going to hire me. I just called him a pervert, but fortunately he had a good sense of humor. I remember the day I walked into the station, the round building. I wasn't that impressed with the building. Thank you that we have a new building now. But I remember it like it was yesterday because I felt like I was home. I remember the people, Bob Kravitz, who sang the national anthem. I remember him saying to Dave Davis, "You need to hire this girl." So thank you, Bob, for doing that. But the first time I was on the air, I had 2 days to prepare, and then Dave Frankel, who was our morning weathercaster, was on vacation. My mom stayed with me at the Corman Suites. Thank you, Mom. I slept 1 hour a night that entire week because I was so nervous. My kneecaps were shaking. And because it was Monica, Rick, and Dave, and they had a theme song. Remember Monica, Rick, and Dave? And Dave Davis told me, just watch your colleagues. You will learn from them. They will elevate you. So for 17 years, I've been doing that. So I want to tell you some things I've learned from my colleagues. Number one, Jim Gardner. I've learned from you that it's not about us. It's not about making money. It's about the viewers, and to never forget that. One of the most important things I learned from Jim is not to freak out on the air. One of my favorite things to do is when we have huge breaking news, I get to sit next to him, and I get to watch Jim completely in control. He directs the entire newscast. He stops, and he thinks about what he's going to say, which sometimes in broadcasting that doesn't happen. And so I've tried to learn from that when we have hurricanes, when we have tornado warnings. I try to be calm. I try not to freak out on the air, because let's face it, when you're watching TV, the person you're watching delivering the information, if they look nervous, you're going to switch the channel. Monica and Rick, by the way, his wife apparently is getting an award, and that was more important than coming here to support me. But Monica and Rick, I learned the importance of humor, and the most important kind of humor is to be able to laugh at yourself. To this day, it was 10 years ago, we were on The Morning, and I still have people coming up and saying, I love to watch you guys in the morning. And a little bit of a secret. We used to get in trouble all the time for not being serious enough. We found out that our news director and assistant news director, they started watching the morning show, which we were on starting at 5 in the morning. They started watching at 6:45. So up until 6:45, we could do whatever we wanted. At 6:45, we got really serious. We got down to business, which was just great. For Gary Papa, I learned that do everything with passion, because if you don't do something 100%, why bother doing it at all? And that's not just work, that's just life. Dave Roberts, I learned how to be gracious. For my weather team, Chris Sowers on weekends, Adam Joseph, my little brother, my producer Paul Trombello, I learned that we're good individually, but we're really good when we work as a team. The new generation of Action News, Matt Hellman, Alicia Vitarelli, Brian Taff. I learned that if you've got smarts and good personality and you're really nice, that you can really fit into the Action News team, and you guys fit in right away. Deuces Rogers the same way. And our behind-the-scenes people, Steve Sachs over there. I learned that when you really love the people you work with, it's not work, it's fun. And it really is. And every night when I watch the air checks, it's so nice that I'm watching just try to improve, not to make a resume tape, because Philadelphia was supposed to be a stepping stone for me. And if you work for Action News, why would you want to work anywhere else? So I think I get the best of everything. And most importantly, I have a great Action News family, but I have an amazing family at home in Greg Watson. Thank you so much for being my biggest supporter. And my harshest critic, there have been some nights where I come home after 11, I was like, oh, did you see the show? It was great. He was like, man, you're really stumbling. What was that all about? And for taking care of the kids when I'm stuck at actually this hotel for hurricanes and for blizzards. So thank you so much. I do what I love with the people I love. I get paid to do it, and now I'm getting awards, so what's that all about? Thank you.